Police seem to think your husband's death was a joyriding accident. Why do you think he was murdered?
Because I was there, Mr. McCready. The car swerved towards him. It was deliberate.
Mrs. Ryder.
Diane.
Diane. It was split second. The other two witnesses didn't see anything.
Didn't notice anything, I think you mean.
Well, the police investigation is ongoing.
Well, it won't hinder the police investigation if you just have a look around, will it? I can afford it.
There's more to it than dangling a checkbook.
Well then, all I can say is, please.
I'll ask around.
I thought it was the murderer who was supposed to return to the scene of the crime.
Except you don't think it was murder.
Come on, Michael, some hot wire hatchback. It's hardly murder incorporated, is it? Look, if you want to flatten a guy with a car, then you don't do it around here. The street's too short to accelerate.
Did you check out Ryder's background?
Yeah, he's no record, no dodgy dealings.
What about his business interests?
No, we leave that to the private eyes. They've got to make a living as well, you know.
Very considerate of you.
So what makes you think Ryder was murdered, apart from his widow's legs? I saw you escorting her from your office.
That fire escape stairs is tricky.
Especially in those fields, eh? Why are we here, anyway?
Well, police are checking out the joyriding side of things. We'll check out the personal. So we start with his business.
You're joking. Oh, no way.
We need someone on the inside.
Excuse me? You looking for staff, yeah?
Yeah. Experience?
Yeah, loads.
Well,
Do you know how absolutely terrible the wages are?
doesn't matter. I get them. You're undercover. On my payroll, so no moonlight. Come on, we have a lot of work to do.
Oh, excuse me. I'm not on duty till tomorrow.
Don't even think about it.
Only a joke.
Don't worry about it, Claire.
You're stuck for this opening. I promised I'd go to the airport fair and then I just went and forgot.
Well, you've got to do your job. You're tied up on a case.
I'm letting you down.
I'm used to it.
Mum.
Claire, it's okay.
Well, you can't use those couriers again. Oh, no, why don't you ask Dad to do it?
Him?
Why not? He won't be as busy as I will. He's made sure of that. Sorry.
Right, there's the till you'll be working off. Bog standard. Enter in your own code. Bog's your uncle.
Would you be able to just show me that again?
You did say experienced. Oh, and smile. You're on candid camera. We're all over the place. It's like working for the Daleks.
You've asked him to make inquiries outside the police investigation. Why?
Have you got a problem, Mr. McCready, being here?
No.
Good. Because I believe Tony may have been murdered.
Police don't think so, do they?
They've interviewed you, have they, Mr. Chute?
No.
Then how do you know what they think?
That's great. We're suspects, are we?
There are no suspects. Yet. Just questions, like where everyone was the night the accident occurred.
This is ridiculous.
I was stock taking in the cellar with Leo, the head barman.
And you two are the only partners?
Well, Tony had 50% and Graham and myself have 25% each.
Harry's head of finance. Graham's head of personnel.
You spilled a bit.
Oh, sorry. No use crying over spilt milk, is there, sir?
So what were they yapping about?
Don't know. They shut up as soon as I got there.
That fella they're talking to's trouble. Trust me.
What do you reckon he's up to then?
Watch your house.
Any more sarcasm, you're out the door. All right?
It's a first day.
Did I ask you?
Maybe you should have. I hired the girl.
I'm so sorry, Mr. Dowling. Any more lip? She's fired. Okay.
Thanks.
Just do your job, love. Anyone has a problem, send them to me.
Alicante. It's Tony's bar. He'd seen me at weekends on the Costa. I was a holiday rep there.
Is that the barman downstairs?
Yeah, Leo. He was Tony's right-hand man. Till the bar was burned down. Thanks for not asking. But Tony didn't do it. We came back here and bought this place with insurance money.
So you're taking his things out?
Oh, you could say that. I'm selling my share in this place. I'm getting out.
Why?
Why not?
Oh, they keep you at it in there.
No chance to skive.
Don't be sympathetic. It only encourages me. Anyway, you know the place is full of security cameras.
Mm-hmm.
Riders' calls.
To and from his mobile.
Why are you sitting here?
See that red Alpha over there? I was going to follow it, but now you're here, you could follow it.
Well, you must be mistaken, Sherlock, because that car belongs to Diane Ryder.
I know.
I am knackered after a morning in there, and you expect me to follow our client?
Her husband gets killed, and almost a week later, she's selling her half of the business. It's too sudden.
So she tops her husband and pays us to investigate it?
Well, she's holding something back.
Well, it's not much of a theory, is it?
Well, I'll try and do better. But at the moment, she's the only card we have.
Where are you going?
To watch telly.
Can I help you?
I was wondering, had you anything to add to what you told me?
I told you nothing.
Exactly. So where were you the night that Ryder was killed?
At an eviction, one of my tenants wasn't keen on a thing called rent.
Witnesses?
2 bailiffs.
Good picture quality. Recently installed?
Month ago. We believe in security for our patrons.
Is that why they're focused on the cash registers?
Look, Mick. Whatever you're called. Tony Ryder wasn't murdered. She's hired you to snoop, fine. How she spends her money's her affair. But I'm a busy man. If you'll excuse me.
Dad?
Who did she meet? Hello? Claire?
I lost her.
You what? So, Leo, after the bar burned down, what did you do?
Stayed. There's lots of work there. And I like the climate.
You and Tony were very close.
He was the nearest thing to a brother I ever had.
But you weren't at his wedding.
I was in hospital in Barcelona. Tony understood. Is it okay if I...
Oh, who did the stock taking with you the night that Tony died?
Mr. Clough.
Claire. For the baldy bloke. The one who's creeping around like a low-rent Dracula.
Where is he?
In the cellar, waiting for sunset.
This job is doing wonders for your domestic skills.
It beats me why I'm skivvying in this dump.
They all have alibis. You're here to spy, to snoop, to eavesdrop. Read your job description.
They all have alibis.
When everyone's a bureaucrat, no one's a bureaucrat.
Tony Blair.
V.I. Lenin.
When everybody has alibis, nobody has alibis.
It's Harry Clough. I know. It's a novel definition of stock-taking.
What?
Clough was stock-taking with Leo the night that Ryder was killed.
Dad.
What?
When I was following Diane, I didn't really lose her. She was meeting someone.
Who?
If I tell you, you promise not to fly off the handle.
Who?
Diane Ryder, the Holiday Inn. Talk.
Calm down, Michael.
Why didn't you tell me?
Because it was my own business.
You knew I was working on the case. Or do you want me to believe that Diane didn't tell you?
Ah, believe what you want. I'm a grown man.
Well, try behaving like one.
You're separated, middle-aged, living in rented accommodation. The only women you ever see are suspects, and you're lecturing me. I'll tell you what, Michael, why don't you try acting like a grown man?
Get your finger out.
Get your paws off me!
You paid to work, not play statues.
Don't you ever touch me like that again.
Or you'll what?
Well, you'll have me to deal with.
Oh, yeah? Want to try your luck with me, then?
Don't tempt me.
Leo, my office.
If you ever touch me like that again, I'll have you, mate.
Oh, you can have me any time you want, darling.
And that includes sexual harassment. I'll be on to the council's fair pay unit. You know, the ones that review your licence every year. Because I've seen the way you treat your staff, and it's harassment.
Who are you?
Just make sure you don't find out.
I could sack you like that.
Why don't you, then?
Get back to work.
So, I thought I'd tell you in case you were worried Tony's death affected anything.
I appreciate it, Mrs. Ryder.
I've got some financial documents to examine, and then I'll have it all sorted.
No problem, Mrs. Ryder.
Won't I ever persuade you to call me Diane?
Do you mind? She's just a friend, Michael. She's selling her stake in the bar. She gave me the books, asked me to give them the once over.
Why is she selling?
Didn't ask.
Not like you.
Like I said, she's just a friend. But you never know, now the husband's out the way.
When Claire told me you were seeing Diane, I was annoyed because you hadn't told me.
You never tell me anything. Ever since we were kids, you never have. Do you know that? I lost my temper there for a minute. Said some things I didn't.
Forget about it.
Michael, the books. There's a problem.
There There you go. Cheers.
Good job you didn't lie to me about being experienced, isn't it?
Listen, if I got you in trouble with Diane and Chu.
No. Mr. Ryder owed me some money. Mrs. Ryder's looking after it for me.
So everything's okay now, yeah?
Yeah, Mrs. Ryder, one of the best she is.
The accounts are £50,000 short and counting. Tony made a lot of calls to an accountancy firm before he died.
But Harry Clough's the company accountant. You seem to think it was peculiar that I was selling my holding in the pub so soon after Tony died.
I did wonder, yeah.
Tony was selling. He'd had an offer, but it was way too low.
Opening offers usually are.
Yes, but this person knew exactly what the business was worth. So it didn't make sense his offer was so low.
And who was this person?
It was Graham. Graham Toot.
So he makes a really low offer. Your husband smells a rat, has the books checked, finds out that they were embezzled, and shortly afterwards gets run over outside his own front door. So Toot knew that the books were embezzled. How?
You can't do this to me. You'll leave me penniless.
You've left yourself penniless.
Look, just give me a month, huh?
A month? To do what? Win the lottery? Dream on.
Just need time.
Time, please, ladies and gentlemen.
Please, Graham. I can't sell it to you for that. It's a pittance.
Don't be too upset. It's not the end of the world. It's just the end of your business.
You're a leech, do you know that?
And you're a fool. Do you know that?
Just raise the price. Just a bit. Please.
Sorry, Harry. Buyer's market.
It's daylight robbery.
Wrong again. Defrauding the business. Now that's daylight robbery.
All right, what's up?
You're an hour late. That's what's up. For a meeting in the cafe?
Oh, Dad, I'm sorry. I'll just get ready. I won't be it.
Docking you an hour.
What?
Where'd you keep the cups these days?
Some detective you are. Hang on. You're not really docking me, are you?
He who does not work does not eat.
None of your dodgy quotes this time in the morning, thanks.
A deal, okay?
What kind?
Take it or leave it kind.
All right. You're on.
Sum up where we are, and I'll give you the hour.
Well, I'll have a cup of tea first. All right. Clough's embezzling the business. Toot knows. Ryder found out about it before he died.
Correction. Ryder found out about it and then he was killed.
By pasty-faced Clough. In a parallel universe, but then only maybe.
Claire, never go by appearances. And your job description's changed.
No more bar work?
Oh, yeah. But this time you're not spying on everyone. Find out what else Toot knows.
Well, Tony Ryder owed Leo money.
Really? How much?
Don't know. Not telepathic, am I? Do I get my hour?
Of course you do. If you don't get a move on, the pub will dock you.
Oh, no, it's not that time already. Sorry, Leo. My moped broke down, and that's for the buses. Leo!
It's okay, I'm just a bit breathless.
You sure?
Yeah.
Glad you could join us, Mr. Clough. Take a seat.
What's the meaning of this? Why am I here?
Well, I think you can guess. Care to make any comment?
I have absolutely no idea what you're talking about.
To coin a phrase, we can do this the easy way or the hard way. The hard way is I call the fraud squad.
And what's the easy way?
You tell us about it. Take your time. There's no rush.
I'm afraid I have a rather bad gambling habit.
How much? In total?
80,000.
What did Tony Ryder say when he found out?
Well, he said that I could pay it back, provided I stopped gambling.
I do not believe that Tony let Clough off the hook on the embezzling.
Neither do I.
He'd never allowed him to get away with that.
You're right. Careful. Were they friends?
Tony had associates, he had partners, but he had no friends.
What about Leo?
Well, Leo was almost family.
Tony owed Leo money.
Well, he's certainly earning your fee.
How much did he owe him?
I don't like discussing Leo's personal business, Michael. My husband's death nearly meant he didn't get what was owed him. Leo's one of the good guys. Just like yourself.
Hi. I didn't see you there.
Don't mind me. Just part of the woodwork, me.
Laura, what?
Nothing.
What is it?
Nothing, I said.
Is this going to take long?
I've got a new client, a banking chain from Thailand.
Yeah.
I'm doing the opening of their first branch in Britain.
Sounds important.
Yeah. They're flying in flowers, especially. Claire said you might be able to collect them from the airport.
When?
Tomorrow.
No problem.
Oh, great! She forgot to tell you, didn't she?
Are you surprised?
I'm her mother. She's have her work cut out surprising me.
It's a great place to go for a holiday, though.
You'll not catch me there in a hurry.
What, not even for a holiday, not ever?
With my rugged Celtic complexion. Sure, I stand near a 60-watt light bulb to get sunburnt. You'll not find me in Costa del Enton. Come on, Leo. Pop down the cellar and see what's keeping him, will you? I'll finish there. Hold on a second.
Leo, are you all right?
No, not really. Mrs. Ryder gave it to me when she was clearing out his office.
You really miss him, don't you?
I miss the times we had on the Costa. He was a good bloke then, solid gold. The barrels. I'm going senile, mate.
What do you mean you don't know? This is important.
Look, mate, do you want to just keep out of the way?
Is he going to die or isn't he?
Shh, leave it out. We can hear you.
I want to discuss conditions. My office, 9 tomorrow.
Leo's okay. I reckon it was stress. Keeping him in till tomorrow.
He's okay. Brilliant.
You finished your shift half an hour ago. How come you're still here?
I was doing my hair. See ya.
Yeah, see ya.
Doing?
Suppose you tell me.
Like you weren't following me.
Oh, I was following you.
Why?
Because you're not a barmaid. You've no experience. You ask too many questions.
I'm just inquisitive by nature.
Oh, you were very inquisitive back there, sneaking about Ryder's office. Almost like a low-rent Dracula. You started the same day as that private dick McCready. He has you in there to spy on us, doesn't he? So much for your wages and conditions stuff. It's just a cover.
When I go in Chute's office in the morning, it will be about wages and conditions. It's nothing to do with me being a private investigator, which, by the way, I haven't admitted to because I work just as hard as you do behind that bar.
But you haven't denied being a private detective.
Vince, why don't you just mind your own business?
Oh, I will. If you'll do the same.
Well, I was in the bar wondering how Chute knows so much. I glanced up to the security camera and it came to me. Chute's office is full of videos and stuff like that. What if he'd put a camera in Ryder's office?
This is an audio bug, so he's got sound as well as pictures.
But why?
Maybe Ryder refused his offer, so Chute bugs his office looking for dirt.
Then he can blackmail him into selling.
But Chute doesn't find any dirt, so he kills him. Well done. Quit. Tomorrow.
Quit?
Vince has copped you. What if Chute does?
Well, Chute's some master criminal now, is he?
He has form. I got this from Kendall.
Receiving 100 men's suits, that's it.
Oh, there's a couple of dropped charges on there as well.
Receiving 100 men's shirts as well, I suppose. I mean, come on, Dad. Not even got proof that Chute's the murderer.
And I don't want your body to be that proof. Quit.
Calm down, yeah? Seeing Chute first thing in the morning.
What for?
Wages and conditions, I think.
What do you want to see him about them for? You're quitting.
Well, wages and conditions in general.
You're 3 days in the job and already you're the shop steward.
It's not my fault. What does it mean for it to happen like this?
I've heard a deep cover, but that's ridiculous. Still no progress with the Ryder hit and run?
No. No, we've lifted all the local joyriders, but don't look promising. How's your covert operative doing down the boozer?
Well, she seems to like it. So you reckon?
If it wasn't a joyrider, then it was one of the other species of driver that kills people every night of the week.
Drunk.
Yeah. Oh, I did some more digging on Chute, on the desk. Rang his old manor, and those dropped charges, but they were assault and bodily harm, so not quite so clean as he looked, eh?
You're her father?
Excellent, we'll be in touch.
Are you still here?
I'll be around for a lot longer yet.
Oh, yeah. How'll you manage that?
Let me see. Department of Employment, Fair Pay Action Unit, millions of newspapers. I could give you more grief than you could ever imagine.
What are you offering?
Deal.
What kind?
Take it or leave it kind.
How much?
£1.50.
Well?
You were right, I'm leaving. Chute made me an offer I couldn't refuse. He's agreed to give an across-the-board wage increase to all his staff of £1.50 per hour. Do I get a kiss then? Mwah.
This is how Mr. Tute spied on your husband. A camera. But what's it connected to?
Just what do you think you're playing at?
Don't know what you mean.
Don't you?
Open it.
Sure.
Well?
Tony asked me to install it. He wanted the tills monitored. He wanted his office monitored as well.
Oh, rubbish. He'd never do that.
Except he isn't around to confirm or deny it, is he?
Tute bugs Ryder's office.
Dad, the flowers.
So he knows Ryder couldn't sell on the market. Couldn't have the books inspected. I'm on my way. But Ryder still isn't selling. So Tute gets really angry and he kills him. He knows Diane will sell, and he can probably blackmail Clough into selling his 25%. So Tute owns the whole pub. He's the means, the motive, and the opportunity.
Plus, you can't stand him.
It helps.
Or Clough kills Ryder to keep his fiddler secret. Heathrow, by the way.
No, it's got to be Tute. Clough doesn't look right.
Claire, never a goal by appearances. Plus, Clough didn't turn up this morning. There's nobody at home and his mobile switched off. Maybe he's done a runner. If he has, maybe he's our murderer. Heathrow.
Claire, I'll get the humpy flowers, but the question still remains. Who stands to gain?
Graham Tute. Terminal 4.
Kendall.
Hello, Alan. Yes, Michael. I want to talk to you about Tute. He's our man.
Interesting theory, that. She found him in his office. He's killed about midday. Single stab wound to the heart.
Don't suppose there's any chance I could have a look at the murder scene?
There is no way, Michael. It's a police investigation. Hey, and we know that you and Tute had a fracas this morning.
Oh, come on.
It's procedure, mate. It's procedure. Yeah, John, run those through the computer, the staff lists.
Sir?
Now, you come down the station whenever, and you make a full confession, and we'll have time for a pint.
That was quick.
What?
Heathrow him back in 2 hours.
Oh, I can still make it.
Fella wants to see you, says it's urgent.
Not as urgent as these flowers. Get him to leave his name.
Name's Harry Clough, waiting in McCoy's.
McCoy's.
Forget it.
Donal, I'm stuck. Strange place for an accountant.
Not for this accountant. Yeah, this is where the money went.
along with my house, my marriage, and just about every penny I had. Graham's death. I was in bed, staring at the ceiling, wondering what the hell I was doing in some stinking bedsit. Not a great alibi, is it?
Any witnesses?
Not exactly God's gift to women. Am I?
Why did you get in touch with me?
I trust you, I guess. You were decent enough when you interviewed me. I was thinking of making a run for it.
Well, if you had murdered Chute, that's your only option.
He knew about my embezzlement. He wanted my shares in exchange for keeping quiet about it. But I didn't kill him.
Do you want to lift to the police station?
Yeah. It's very kind of you. Thank you.
Be ready in 10 minutes. Last bit of tidying up to do. Don't worry, I don't expect you to help. I thought he might, though.
I believe you've been keeping us in the dark, young lady.
What about my other job? Okay, I'm sorry. You look great.
Just got out of hospital. Come back to collect my car. And to hand me notice in to Mrs. Ryder. You're not surprised?
No. After what's happened to you. Leo, can I ask you something as a friend?
Fine.
The money that Diane is arranging for you, is it a lot? I'm not prying, only it'd be nice to have a few quid to tide you over.
It's a lot more than that, Claire, love. But I don't want it.
Why?
It's not worth it, is it?
Hang on. If you're gone, I'm stuck with the end of the month stock take in the cellar tomorrow.
Someone's got to do it.
Dad told me that Clough was doing the stock take the night Ryder was killed. That wasn't even 2 weeks ago.
Must have been mistaken.
And he told me that you were with him. You backed him up. Leo, you've got to tell me what's going on.
Come with me, I'll tell you. There wasn't any stock take. My car was nicked and I was off sorting that, renting a replacement.
Well, why did you give Clough an alibi?
He said he was in a tricky spot and he asked me...
What kind of a tricky spot?
He was fond of a bet, as they say. Way too fond. He was down the dogs having a flutter when Mr. Ryder was killed.
Leo, why didn't you tell me about this before?
He wouldn't be capable of something like murder. See ya.
Open and shut. Wish they were all that simple.
He hasn't got enough motive.
He hasn't got enough alibi, that's what he hasn't got. What, one of his partners dies and he's anonymous down the dogs, then not 2 weeks later the other one dies and he's lying in bed alone? Give me a break.
He's a compulsive gambler. He's been caught fiddling the company books. It doesn't make him a double murderer.
And the fact that the only two people who knew he was fiddling were murdered is a coincidence.
Well, I knew.
Well, when were you going to tell me? Yeah, look, Leo Downing's car report checks out. He reported his car stolen 8:30 p.m. Listen, Clough persuaded his barman to give him an alibi for the night that Ryder was killed. Now, innocent men do not do that.
Let's say, right?
Yeah, let's say what? Go on, yeah, let's say.
Diane found Chute's body. She must have been nearby when he was killed. Say she was totally nearby.
Can we please just interrogate the main suspect first?
Was there anything at all missing from Chute's office?
Yeah, we're still looking for his keys.
Surprised you're open so soon after Chute's death.
Well, I asked myself, if Graham were in this situation, what would he do? So I reopened as quickly as possible.
Cash in advance.
with a large bonus. But you're worth it.
So what happens to the pub now?
Well, whether or not Clough is guilty, he has to sell his shareholding. I'm going to buy that. And then, of course, I've got to talk to Paul Graham's executors.
Poor Graham. So you own everything?
And you want to ask me a question? Ask away.
What was your marriage to Tony Ryder like?
That is an extremely personal question, Michael. One that I'll be glad to answer over a private drink.
I think I'm going to ring you, Michael McCready, and listen to excuses. We've got another thing coming.
How are you? Do you know the flower lady in there?
Yeah?
Could you give her these and tell her love from Michael?
Love from Michael?
Love from Michael, yeah?
Okay, thanks.
I have to go. Thanks for the drink. Oh, by the way, Harry Clough was released an hour ago. Fraud, yeah. Stupidity, yeah. But murder, no. The police reckon it was a burglary gone wrong.
Well, there was nothing stolen.
Not true. The killer took Tute's keys. VW Golf. You're Reg and all, Leo. Good forensics. Looks like blood. Ryder wouldn't pay you, would he?
It wasn't supposed to work out like this. Any of it.
You did time in Spain for torching the bar.
4 years in a stinking Spanish jail for that man. He put me up to it. He said he'd give me 100 grand when I got out. I got back, give me the job, but he kept fobbing me off about the money. Then he fired me. I went up to his house that night to plead with him. Then I saw him on the street. Next thing I knew, I had my foot on the accelerator. How did you know?
The missing keys. Why were they so important to the murderer? Rang around, found Tute had a lockup.
I spoke to the car rental company. They said you rented the car 2 hours before you reported your one stolen.
Tute knew Ryder had sold me out. He knew I'd done it. He took my car away, offered me a deal. He'd say nothing if I gave him half the money.
But then he got greedy.
New deal, he said. He gets all the money. I get to stay out of jail. When he saw the knife, he offered me all the money. It was too late then. Too late for both of us. The thing is, I don't feel like a murderer. Strange, eh?
Life is strange, Leo.
This wasn't about money in the end. Tony was like a brother to me. He sold me out. She's a good girl, Mr. McCready. You look out for yourself, eh, love?
Yeah. You too, Leo.
What's that?
I bought you a treble soda water and lime, just to say thanks for the flowers.
Thanks.
Mind you, I don't know how you made it to Heathrow with everything else that was going on.
Yeah, well, you know.
Must have used your Batmobile, did you?
Thank you, Robin.
Sure he's not Robin.
To Batman and Robin.
To Michael and Donal.
To peace and harmony.
To Tom and Jerry.